Hi, welcome back to Frontend Hire. This isn't a tutorial video, but I wanted to cover Claude Design because honestly, it is an amazing tool. We use it a lot at work, not just me, but even the backend and product folks. All right, first thing, you'll need a Claude subscription. I don't think Claude Design is available on the free tier. I personally use the Pro plan, and at work, we have the Max plan, which gives much higher usage limits. One more thing, I'm not sure how long Claude Design will stay in research preview. If you notice here, Claude Design is currently under research preview. If you notice here, whenever these AI providers launch a new feature, they usually keep it in preview mode with much more relaxed usage limits. In fact, if I show you my usage, you could look at this. Claude Design is in research preview with its own weekly limit. Usage here doesn't count towards your other limits. But once the preview period ends, the usage starts counting against your regular limits. And that's important because from what I have seen, Claude Design is extremely token hungry. And you'll see why in a second. If you already have access to Claude Design, I'd genuinely recommend trying it ASAP and making the most of the research preview limits. I quickly want to show you how good it actually is. I was just trying it out on my personal websites to build a particular web product. So even before you go here and create your own project, first thing is when you create a project, the default mode is set to high fidelity. But if you know a bit about design, then you know that this is not how usually designers work. They start with the wireframe mode. So ensure you create your project and choose wireframe mode. You can also do it once you create a project. You get the option to change it. I'll show it in a second. Okay. All right. So I just created a new test project just to check whether you could change the fidelity mode. So it looks like you can't. Maybe if you just talk to the Claude agent, it's gonna set the mode automatically, but I don't know. But yeah, when you're creating a project, just choose wireframe mode and create it. All right. I am going to show you what Claude Design did for my requirement. But before that, I just want to show you what the prompt is, right? And I was just free flowing it. I didn't even think much. So I want to create a website that mimics a bookstore. This website would have a couple of books I plan on writing. Essentially, I'm looking to give users an interface which feels like they are reading a Kindle. The website will be fully static, so don't worry about authentication or anything. Give me a couple of variations on how this could look. This is important, though Claude Design also does this. I try to keep it explicit, but yeah. And then I just give it a rough flow, which is I wanted a dedicated space to write fiction, maybe non-fiction, but from a book style. Stories.imwriter.com is where I will be doing it. Landing page shows books. Each book on click opens the book. Again, I was just free flowing it, nothing serious here. Users can do dark or light mode. Pagination should have animations, which can be disabled based on user preferences. So once you do this, Claude Design will most of the times ask you questions, right? And it's going to give you a nice interactive way, and I've already answered them. So you can see a couple of keys here, which is what is the vibe I was going for. And I usually go quite wide with this. So you can see that I was just saying, explore a few options. What kind of style? Explore a few options. Page turn animation. Show me a variation of each. For now, just show me 5 books count. Fiction, non-fiction, decide for me. Extra features, right? If I know something, I know that I want it, I'm going to be very explicit about it. But otherwise, I just tell Claude to go wild. And sometimes I also get a free flow prompt where you could just say anything else. And I just say that your URL should be own permalinks for chapters, right? This is, again, from a web development perspective, I want this. Now, once you do that, it's going to take a while for it to wire up everything. But here's what it has given me. Okay, first thing is a quick brief. Wireframes fight takes on a quite Kindle-shaped corner of the internet. Each row is one concept. Again, some quick prompt, which just converted to brief. Maybe if you're a designer, you could share this to your client. They would appreciate it. All right, now here's the first iteration. I really like this concept. I was just thinking that I'll just use images or create some cover photos, but I did not think of this bookshelf style, right? So this is where Claude Design helps you get inspired. And you can see that I literally want this pretty much 2 views, a listing page and the actual book page. And you could see that it did pull up some Kindle-like interface, and I really like this. Now let's look at what the second variation is, which is, yeah, this is what I would have maybe done it if I didn't design it. If I started to write code or directly go to development, I would have done something like this, the index mode. And it's not bad, but you see, this is much, much better. But I do like how this cute little pagination looks here compared to the chapter 3 of 11 32% view. Again, these variations are good because I could then ask Claude to pick up this from this variation and pick up this pagination from this other variation. You can do all of those things here. Now let's look at the third variation, which is the notebook. This is also fine. It looks more like a journal, and I don't mind this. This is also quite nice. And yeah, this is also quite nice. I don't have much comments here, but yeah, this is a good one. Yeah, I think here's a quick thing. In each of this spec, right, it's going to give you notes on why this is good. Like, you remember I told Claude to go explore a few options. So this is where it's going to make those notes. And in fact, for the notes, I did like this. It tells me that this is best for non-fiction and essays where readers jump around, because it always has this table of contents open to the left, whereas here it's always hidden, right? Maybe in the toolbar you have to expand, but this is good for fiction, right, where I don't care about the chapters. But here, yeah, maybe I could mix it up. For non-fiction, I could pull up this view. For fiction, I could pull up that view. Again, Claude design helps you visualize a lot of things. And there's this editorial style. This is also fine. Looks more like a newspaper or a magazine, but yeah, this is also nice. I don't mind this too. Next is a stack. This looks more like a blog style. I don't know. But yeah, you could see that these were the quick variations which it pulled up, and these are all wireframes. For me, actually, I just like this V0 of edit. But maybe if you're good at design, or a good designer could do much more with this initial version. He could iterate and build something much, much better. And one more thing which I want to cover is, if you're working for an org, you can set up a design system. So this way, everyone on your team is using the same style. Otherwise, the default Claude style can look same across different designs. I've seen it do this editorial mode a lot. But again, this is just how design works. Looking at all the existing patterns and picking it up. So yeah, this was a quick run on Claude design. I was just free flowing this video. I didn't have a script or anything. But yeah, I want you to try out Claude design. And one more thing is, check out the tweaks panel. You can ask Claude to build this. It always builds the tweaks panel, but you can ask it to be very specific. I'm not sure if the animations are working. But usually the tweaks is where you wanna try out just a single component, or maybe just tweak a single component while keeping the rest of the things intact. So that's where these tweaks work. I am not sure if this is working. Again, still under research preview. There could be some things which are not working as expected. But in my opinion, this was an amazing job by Claude Design. We are also surprised at work at how good it does things at times. Yeah, so go try it out. Let me know if you like it, and let me know if you have your own workflow, if you're already using Claude Design. And if you're not using Claude and if you're using OpenAI, I believe there are a couple of open source tools out there which are trying to mimic what Claude Design does. I'm not sure of which tool it is. I've seen a couple of Twitter threads, but if you know the tool, please let me know. Alright, I think that is it for this video. I mean, I just really like this output, so I just made this video. Yeah. Thank you guys. I'll see you soon.